check, 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 check.
అది తీసుకొచ్చా
హలో 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 హలో
పెట్టు న్యూట్ పెట్టినావు
హలో వస్తుందా హలో
పశువు ఆడే వస్తుంది
హలో హలో వస్తుందా లేదు హలో 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 చెకింగ్ మేడం వర్కింగ్ పోస్ట్ హలో హలో
బాబు హలో బాబు
check 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 one check hello hello check hello check check hello
ఆడియో గాల్లో వస్తుంది కదా
check hello check hello check check hello one
ఇది
check
ఇచ్చినావా ఇది ఇచ్చినావా
hello check one
నీకు ఇచ్చింది ఆన్ ఉందా
hello check check one check check check
ఇన్ ఇష్యూస్
check check one check hello hello sound check 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 one. Hello. Check.
అదే కేబుల్
Check one. Check.
అన్న మీకు వాల్యూమ్ ఎంత కావాలో చెప్పండి, తర్వాత పెంచండి వేస్తే తక్కువ చేయండి తక్కువ వేస్తాం.
Hello. Check one. Check. 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 Check one. Check. Check. Check one. One. Check. Check. Check.
Hello, hello, mic testing 1, 2, 3. Hello, hello. Hello, mic testing. Hello, hello.
Check. Check.
Hello, hello, mic testing. Hello, hello, hello.
Check. Mic check.
అన్న ఓకేనా మీకు వాయిస్ అనియా? ఓకేనా మీకు వాయిస్ క్లారిటీగా? ఓకే వాల్యూమ్ అయితే సరిపోతాయి. బ్లూటూత్ కనెక్ట్ చేసుకుందాం, బ్లూటూత్ ఆన్ చేయండి.
Check one. Check. 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 One. Check. Check.
हिमाचल यमुना गंगा
check, 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 check. Hello, hello. Okay, na? One, check, 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 check. Check.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता
Check, 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 check.
ఆడియో వస్తుందా ఆల్రెడీ మాకు
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे जय भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मरा गंगा जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा जनगण
Hello, check. Hello, check.
చేశారా ఓకే డన్ క్లోజ్
వీడియో చేసి అట్లేం చేయదు మినిమైజ్ చేసేసి ఇదంతా మినిమైజ్ చేసి ఆ వీడియో మాత్రం ప్లే చేయాలి అది నేను డౌన్లోడ్ చేసింది
ప్లే కావాలంటే స్పీకర్లో రావాలి కదా సార్.
అదా
Check. Hello, hello, check.
అదే చేయనీకపోతే ఓపిక ఉండాలి సార్. ఓపిక ఉండాలి సార్. మీకు సౌండ్ ఇక్కడ కావాలన్నారు నేను చేస్తున్నా అదే. అట్లా కాదు ఇట్లా కాదు కాదు నా దగ్గర.
Hello, check. Hello, check. Hello, one, check. Check. Hello. Hello. Hello, check. Hello, check. Hello, check. Hello, check. Hello, check.
ఆఫ్ ఇక్కడ నువ్వు ఈ పక్కన
जनगण
Check. Check.
చెక్ 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 చెక్. అంత బాగా తీసిన మొత్తం వచ్చిందా? మొక్క ఎందుకు రాకుండా బట్టతలంతా తీసినావా? డైరెక్ట్ తీయాలా అన్నా? సతీష్ అంటే ఫోటో కోసం చూడాలా ఇప్పుడు? సతీష్ we have selected this one. So otherwise सारा conferences एक बार साथ ये सेम ही है वो आ रहा है ना उत्तम कुमार रेड्डी और उसके साथ जो सीजे उसके साथ कुछ जगह इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट बाहर के लोगों से मिलते हैं अदरवाइज स्टूडेंट से भी छुट्टी है इट्स सच अ पेन टू कम ऑन मार्च में कोर्स कॉन्फ्रेंस उसमें वी हैव टू मेक इट अ 1 क्रेडिट कोर्स so that it's our pro center के जैसे कुछ 800 कैपेसिटी आई डोंट नो 800 300 होंगी వాళ్ళ దగ్గర చెప్పు ఇది నేషనల్ తో మళ్ళీ नहीं हम नहीं गए सेलेक्टेड स्टूडेंट्स को बोल दिया जाएगा
तो उनको खाली लिप्सन करने के लिए
अच्छा लिपसिंग करना है
गाना हम लगा देंगे
लिख दे
ओनली लिरिक्स ना हो तो ठीक है లింక్ అంటే ఏమో
సార్ అవి బయట పెట్టిస్తున్నా
ఒకటి వేస్తే బెటర్ కదా.
ఇట్లా సైడ్ కొట్టి
గిడై
అన్న అక్కడే ఉంటుంది కదా వెనకాలే వెనకాలే ఉన్నాయి స్పీకర్లు ఇక్కడ దాకా వద్దు మళ్ళీ తన్నేస్తారు ఇక్కడ వెనకాల
check one, check. Check, check. Check one. Check. Check. Check one, check. Check. Check one.
Friends, it's a matter of great pleasure for us that we are doing a function at one of the India's most prestigious Hyderabad. But then Professor Purushottam Reddy said, the best institution, if you are doing a function relating to law, where you have such high dignitaries, then NALSAR is the best place to do it. I am extremely grateful to the minister who has come all the way despite busy schedule. My job is to introduce Capital Foundation Society. Capital Foundation Society has been organizing national debates on policy issues. For last 37 years, we have done more than 350 functions. Mostly these functions are in Delhi. And one proud thing which Capital Foundation boasts is there are only 2 forums in this country where all shades of opinion. There was a time when Jansangh will not share a forum with the communists, and then there was a time when CPI, CPI-ML, Congress, and all other parties will not come openly for a debate on a controversial subject. We are just distributing. There is nothing alien to Capital Foundation which concerns humanity. We are very proud and privileged that we have Justice A.K. Patnaik, former judge of the Supreme Court, who became the president of Capital Foundation while he was a judge. It is something, a rare honor. Justice Patnaik today enjoys the reputation of one of the most independent, bold, and an honest judge. He is sought after by most people. I would request Mr. Rajinder Reddy to welcome Justice A.K. Patnaik with a bouquet, a shawl, and a planter. May I now request the Mrs. Leela Lakshma Reddy, Chief Justice, Honorable Justice Alok Aradhe. Justice Aradhe was very reluctant to come for functions. Sitting Chief Justice, we assured him that we have maintained the dignity Mrs. Lakshma Reddy is the chairman of the Council for Green Revolution, and all these planters, etc., shawl also. Shawl, badge. May I request the Mr. Pavan Kumar to welcome the Honorable Minister, planter, shawl, and may I request the Registrar to welcome Shri Venkat Ramani, the Attorney General for India. know each other before the Capital Foundation was formed. He is perhaps the only Attorney General who has delivered the maximum lectures to students. There are a dozen universities which are associated with Mr. Venkatramani because one of his job has been to enlighten and educate people. Mr. Indrasen Reddy. He's coming. To felicitate the Vice Chancellor Mr. Vice Chancellor, I am indeed grateful to you for having accepted our request. May I request Madam Shavya Reddy to facilitate the Registrar, Honorable Madam, who's been working behind the scenes to make this function a great success. What's your name? Laksh. Now I would request Laksh to welcome Professor Purushottam Reddy. I would request Saurabh to welcome Mr. Ramlal. Where is the shawl? Give a shawl also, beta. Friends, because of the paucity of time, I would request the Honorable President to propose a formal welcome address. Justice A.K. Patnaik.
A very good afternoon to all of you. Well, this was a good idea of having the program in NALSAR instead of at Hyderabad. I tell you why. For an award function. It was not held in a university or in any education institution. One of the award winners was the Vice Chancellor of Delhi University. He got an award in economics. Of my daughter-in-law and the Vice Chancellor, nobody else. Then I thought perhaps the best way to ensure that there is a big attendance in any function like this is to hold it in an educational institution like NALSAR. It fills up the auditorium, and this is an example. In Delhi, when we hold it, we have small auditoriums, but they are normally filled up. But this auditorium, well, I must welcome our chief guest, Chief Justice Alok Arade, Chief Justice of Telangana High Court. In 2008, when I was the Chief Justice of Madhya Pradesh High Court, Justice Alok Arade was a young for elevation as a judge. I recommended him when he was not even 45. He is very well versed in different branches of law, particularly civil law. And I'm very happy that he is here today. And we have also proposed an award for his contribution to jurisprudence. I welcome you, Mr. Reddy. I don't know much about you, except that you are holding a very important portfolio, irrigation and food supplies. Right. I welcome you to this gathering. I welcome Dr. R. Venkatramani, the learned Attorney General of India. He has been a member of Law Commission for 2 terms. I had taken him once and from then on, I have a lot of appreciation for his learning, for his understanding about the legal system and his knowledge of jurisprudence. I welcome you, Mr. Venkatramani. You heard the General Secretary of one is the Indian Parliament, the other is Capital Foundation Society. But there is a big distinction. In Parliament, we listen to very learned lectures, and today, Dr. R. Venkatramani, I'm sure you will appreciate his lecture. I welcome Professor Krishnadeva Rao, winners. Particularly Justice, the judges who have come, Justice Indira Banerjee, when they are given the awards. I welcome all other guests who have come, particularly judges from the Registrar General of the High Court. I welcome all the members of the Capital Foundation Society. Professor Vinod Sethi told me that we should hold the meeting at Hyderabad. This is the first meeting that we are having in Hyderabad. Of how our Capital Foundation Society is functioning in Hyderabad and how it draws interest among the persons who are in time for the family. I welcome you all. Thank you very much.
The main speaker today, Dr. R. Venkatramani. In fact, we have said from the days Capital Foundation was formed, even before that, if Justice Krishna Iyer was there, all needs, both scholarly and otherwise, and I would do the running round to pick him up, bring him to Kerala House. Now I would invite Professor Venkatramani to deliver today's lecture. I need not talk about his scholarship. As I said earlier, he has delivered so many lectures in so many universities in such a short span of time. Dr. Venkatramani.
Students who are here, and I suppose on a subject like this, without any assumption that I know more than you, I've come to share a little peep into this very complex subject. And I could have chosen any other subject relation to law. It is my very long acquaintance, ever since Justice Krishna Iyer conceived this foundation. And Dr. Vinod Sethi, taught and seconded by Justice Patnaik, who has been giving us a great strength and support over a long period as the president of the society, thought that Capital Foundation Society must now move from the capital of India to the other parts of the city, and therefore from one capital to another first capital. I suppose his journey into other capital cities of India will be fruitful for Capital Foundation Society, and that's one reason why we're here today. And on behalf of the Capital Foundation Society, as one of the founding members, I welcome Honorable Justice Patnaik, and I place my very respectful regards to Justice P.V. Reddy, who is here, with whom I had the pleasure of working as a member of the Law Commission with the highest regard and the greatest commitment. And it brings me a lot of very nostalgic memories as to how we worked in the Law Commission. Chancellor, who offered this place for this interaction between a society in Delhi and the student community and the legal fraternity in Hyderabad. And I stand before you as not to how we are in the process of navigating very complex areas of law and its relevance to not only administration of justice, but to life in general. the emerging areas of law and legal education, so on and so forth. And memory goes back to my being a student of the legendary legal educationist, Professor Dr. Madhav Menon, who was my teacher when education in India over a long period. And with my little insights, I think it's important for law universities now to look at a wider range of subjects and issues for carrying these very important subjects and issues of concern to the last women and men of our country. And after all, if I think administration of justice and legal education must become justice education, as Professor Menon always used to say, I suppose the last women and men in our country must become part of our knowledge journey and knowledge sharing. And I consider Capital Foundation Society's engagement in this as one such, written by an American journalist of New York Times, Frederick Foyer, who wrote a book called Freedom, World Without Mind. A very interesting suggestion that we are moving into a world without minds. He was talking about the great tech giants and how the creation of this tech web lending themselves into becoming the slaves and agents of these tech corporations. It is a very interesting book, and I thought there is something in what he was saying. But not being a technologist, but not being an engineer, and not being a policy maker, I thought there is something relevant about how, as a member of the legal fraternity, one needs to look at that. It has been ringing in my mind for quite some time. But then one goes back, again in further back in point of time. Many of you have read George Orwell's 1984. And he talked about, at some point of time in future, there will be a thought machine which scientists, engineers will probably discover and invent. And the thought machine can be found in any part of any building, including a prison. And the thought machine can read your thoughts. And it can gather whatever your innermost thoughts are and become part of the public domain. And that has come to be true to a large extent today. Without there being a thought machine, that I just going to read from a book on smart Indianism so that it makes a little more topical for us. It's a futurist book. In fact, in the past couple of decades, a lot of literature is being about what the future would look like with human engagement in technology. And some of them are utopian, some of them are what's called dystopian. In the sense, the utopian means a good thing, dystopian means something which is not desirable. So this is how a couple of paragraphs read, and I would like to read it and then start my lecture. Somehow in the not too distant future, Lakshmi, the home having anticipated her arrival, she gets out of the car and walks through a door that's been unlocked for her and into the kitchen. As she enters, she calls out, "Any messages?" The communication system, that is an integral part of intelligent technology, installed in the home, responds. Vishnu will be at least half an hour late, and Shivani is having a dinner at a friend so-and-so house. Lakshmi goes upstairs to the bedroom she shares with her husband. She showers, dresses, and comes down to set the table for dinner, which her and Vishnu will share. The house has cooked the main dish. It reminds her that she and Vishnu are expected at a dinner party the following evening. The book goes on to look about probably fairly distant future. Vishnu gets up, breakfast, interacts with the home technology on several domestic matters. They each have a physical office in a remote building they can use if their actual presence is required there for some reason. For the most, use their home office if indeed the term is appropriate. The book goes on further. So this visualization of the future with technology is both interesting, intriguing, and also humanity figure in the midst of this very engaging subject of technology. and whose evolution and emergence, the features of which are certainly not probably in the hands of anyone. Every object of our experience is a product of human intelligence. Our buildings, our clothing, the food we consume, the city we live in, our furniture, the transportations, and now the smartphones we are slave to, including the alterations of our physical world and natural resources. Our interventions with the natural world, intricately designed brains, are now at an unprecedented and interesting cross-section. Well, globally and domestically, we are pledged to march towards a society of equals, materially, economically, and socially. Our struggles or conflicts of ideologies in fashioning political and governance tools are still raging debates. We are still clogged by doctrinaire thoughts on being left or right, which is an outmoded divide. For political debates, but still it remains current coin. How much weight democracy can bear to resolve these tensions is an open question. But we must hold democracy as the only civilized way of human ordering. The task is made more difficult and challenging by reason of the choices we need to make in calibrating and identifying the means of achieving this. The means go much beyond mere policy statements. They are now in the realm of technology, from poverty elimination to empowerment, from healthcare to social security, from economic and social investments. It is said that we have become Homo technologicus. Is our becoming Homo technologicus problematic? And if so, why? For long, sociologists have been talking about technological determinism, thoughts which are premised on the theory that the technology of a given society drives or controls the development of its social structure and the living values. The socialists thought that the ownership and control of the means and following the Industrial Revolution, we have seen how the factory and the plant, the railroad and the mills, and the shipping industries, etc., have altered the social structure, while the control of the means of production continue to be in certain hands. So comes a thought that the idea of progress is intricately connected to the idea that social problems can be solved by technological advancement. Then comes a question: who invents what technology? For what purposes? Who determines what legal forms and principles will facilitate or arrange this exercise? What if the domains of technologies and their innovative foundations are beyond the social distinctions, or to render all humanity subjects of habit formation and life exercises as slaves to technological impositions? What if it is difficult to isolate the benign and useful part of technology from the controlling hands of technology? I cite the following example, though not strictly relevant to the discussion, to show how an arrangement of an engineering and technological undertaking can have social discrimination. The height of the bridges over the parkways in Long Island, USA, the person who built these bridges did so according to specifications that access of low-income groups and racial minorities to the Jones Beach, which is a famous beach, and a widely acclaimed public campuses during the late 1960s and 1970s to deal with student demonstration. We see all over it today. We are now familiar with the harvesting machines in agriculture. In the case of tomato harvesters, it is said that it led to the breeding of new species and a new variety of tomatoes capable of handling the rough motions of the machines. The effect of this on the farm community and the takeover by large conglomerates of agricultural businesses or other illustrations. In the context of nuclear power plants, it is explained that without such people in charge, it is explained that if you accept them, you also accept techno-scientific industrial military elite. Without such people in charge, we cannot have nuclear power. That is why the democratizing qualities of solar energy, which is opposed to concentration of power in hands of large institutions, is a point to ponder. The creators and agents, the major giants of contemporary algorithm-based technology, are a class of people who have generated and retained with them economic, social, and knowledge power. About this, it has been observed, I quote, the tech companies want to, and are destroying something precious, which is the possibility of contemplation. They have constructed a portrait of our minds, which they use to invisibly guide mass behavior and increasingly individual behavior to further their financial interests. They have eroded the integrity of institutions' media, publishing most precious asset, that is our attention, when they have abused it. It's what Franklin Foer says. The historian Arnold to higher sphere, and that's what he thought about. The long line of illustrious thinkers such as John Stuart Mill, John Maynard Keynes, and Karl Marx shared common ideas about the liberating dimensions of science and technology. The body and mind to be free from onerous and physically burdensome work thrust upon the working class and the deprived. If manual scavenging must go, machines actually saw another class of writings called dystopian literature, which saw science and technology reducing humanity as subhuman. Following this brave new world, which visualized human freedom being removed by chemical and psychological treatment, all method of making people love their servitude and producing dictatorship without tears, so to speak, to enjoy it, because they will be distracted from any desire to rebel, unquote. An important part of our history is humanity, our lives. Technology has always found a place in human endeavor to lessen the burdens of our work or to aid us in our... The rise and spread of technologies, including foundational technologies, from pickaxes to plows, pottery to photography, phones to planes, lie in their proliferation. We have long since become, therefore, Homo technologicus, and the reverse suddenly ceases to function, it would end civilization as we know it. In fact, many of our political and economical decisions are derived or founded upon Suleiman, the co-founder of DeepMind and Inflection AI, who talks about the proliferating essence of all technology, synthetic biology. Together they will usher in a new dawn for humanity, creating wealth and surplus, unlike anything, unleash disruptions, instability, and even catastrophe on an unimaginable scale by them. Mr. Mustafa has taken pains to explore the possibilities of dealing with technology, but cautions us on the need for action and earlier. And he says this, technology evolves week by week. Drafting and passing legislation takes years. Consider the arrival of a new product on the market, like Ring doorbells. Ring put a camera on your front door and connected to your phone. The product was adopted so quickly and is now so widespread that it's fundamentally changed the nature of what needs regulating. Suddenly, your average suburban street went from relatively private space to surveilled and recorded. By the time the regulation conversation caught up, Ring had already created an extensive network of cameras amassing data and imaging and images from the front doors of people around the world. Probably that's what George Orwell thought about. 20 years on from the dawn of social media, there is no consistent approach to the emergence of a powerful new platform. And besides this, the privacy polarization, monopoly, foreign ownership, or mental health, the core problem, or all of the above. The coming wave will worsen this dynamic, I quote. Is there a serious issue presented to us, and more importantly, for our law and its ability to scope and deal with the suggested immensity of the complex web of future technologies? In other words, human life is now inconceivable without machines and technology, and will be more intensely so as we think that the burdens of life can be better resolved by technology and not merely by some legal decisions. The urge to innovate in the field of intelligence, creation, and biological research are pushing us into an unprecedented stage of ordering our lives in ways vastly different, which we did not imagine a little while ago. Ownership and control of the means of production in the doctrinaire socialist way can be no answer to these intricate questions of what one may call knowledge regulations and knowledge control, because after all, technology itself is both knowledge generation and knowledge control. The communications and connectivity technology has globalized us, which even political ideologies could not do, The free market is no longer the mere presence of finance or some rules of economics, such as demand and supply. Attempts at invoking game theory or rules of behavioral presentation on the deficiencies of governmental or bureaucratic engagements in law enforcement seem to miss the emerging tools of technology and their foundational role now. The new mix of rules of economics and technology deliverance seem to be charters for differently fashioned government exercises. The emerging wave of technology, as Mustafa would call it, is new and unexplored from social angles. Schools of thought on ethics of artificial intelligence tell us that we are called upon to explore different rules of law beyond conventional regulatory thoughts. The ethical assessment of technology and the specific application are intricately connected. We may therefore not be wrong in looking at artificial intelligence as a new form of agency that can successfully deal with tasks and problems humans perform today. Every success of any artificial intelligence application does not move the bar from what it means to be an intelligent agent. The decoupling of agency and intelligence and the attributes being assigned to artificial intelligence, including confinement of an independent power to act as if it is equivalent to human intelligence, will generate ethical questions, as we already noticed. Enormous amount of literature already began to occupy our public debates in this regard. This literature includes debates on the permeation by artificial intelligence of the criminal justice system, including the sentencing process. A very important book written on this subject. The question, however, would be how far governance institutions can pick up law and its regulatory frameworks and subject the new waves of technology to such frameworks. Both the debates on global warming and artificial intelligence are subjects of insurmountable dimensions. Why should we bring in law in the midst of these? Why can't we keep law confined to more mundane transactions of life as contracts or domestic violence or recently or damages for public exam scams? Something deeper than this we can ordinarily take stock of is involved when we are poised to move into the next stage of connecting social or political decisions or economic policies to technology. It appears to me that Rajiv Malhotra is right about his comments on artificial intelligence when he says that it involves 5 subjects. 1, battle for economic development and jobs. 2, battle for power in the new world order. 3, battle for psychological control of desire and agency, something very, very important. And 4, battle for the metaphysics of the self and its ethics. And finally, battle for India's future. The logic of technology, of all technology, is only utility. We are told that there are common purpose technologies and special purpose technologies. An internal combustion engine or electricity as energy are of common purpose. The printing press is another. They serve people generally, and many users grow out of their invention. Telephone or electronic media also belong to this class. This proliferation of technology in waves is one dimension of the story of Homo technologicus. We thus depend upon either living systems around us or on our intelligence. We have started opening up new chapters on the exponential increase of our products of intelligence and the reordering living systems. We may journey very soon into the world of transmuting and changing the biological world. We have engaged in generating systems of intelligence beyond our control or direction. Debates are on as to whether we can contain these waves of science technology marriage or control them. The question of containing will come if the products are going to be like Frankenstein. The question of control will come if the products bear dual features and human beings find it difficult to choose. Atomic energy is a special purpose invention, and it was envisaged that it will serve a beneficial purpose. But soon after its knowledge, we saw Hiroshima and the destructive use lurking within it. Profit and misuse, benefits and injuries get so intertwined in technology that it is difficult to talk about benign or holy technology today. Several years ago, from the Max Planck Institute, students dressed as white mice demonstrated outside a European patent office that there should be no patent on mice. This was in the context of the question as to whether the so-called Harvard oncomouse, a mouse genetically engineered to serve as a test animal for cancer A of the European Patent Convention, demanded that processes and products, no matter how innovative, should not be considered for patenting if their commercial exploitation would be contrary to order, public or morality. See? And now artificial intelligence can be a matter of unease about the degree of social power that can be placed in the hands of private organizations and through monopoly rights over key life sciences and technologies. Offered a measured view on the subject, she said, I quote, "Technology has made all kinds of things possible that are impossible or unimaginable in an earlier age. Ought all these things to be carried into practice? It entails looking into the future, calculating probabilities, and of course evaluating outcomes. Benefits and harms are not self-evidently identifiable values." A very true proposition. Secondly, we may ask whether, even if the benefits of the practice seem to outweigh the dangers, it nevertheless so outrages our sense of justice or of rights or of human decency that it should be prohibited, whatever making our lives better are part of our will to make changes in our lives. After all, if we have not to abandon technology journeys, though explaining the world, exploring the world, and changing the world are human qualities, it seems the ethics of our ability to halt or pursue the paths of technology is fragile. I should not, however, be seen as belonging to doubting Thomases. I only thought the legal fraternity has a huge task on hand to study and handle. Given the explosion of knowledge boundaries, with the right to explore the world and the right to generate systems in the service of the people, the ability and the normative criteria to draw on utility will be problematic. So thus we need to talk about the effectiveness of regulations and enacting the necessary connection between societal needs and societal services. Regulation without obligation, I understand, is an empty thought. Collecting the history of technology has turned humanism possible. The questions unfolded above are questions which have tormented Western thinkers since the big technological acceleration in the 18th century. My justification for the neglect of Eastern thought on these matters is that Carlyle's mechanical philosophy is a Western invention, which has been spread round the world by Western examples, success and conquest. But if this version no longer offers an assured pathway to non-Western civilizations to get a proper sense of the possible futures facing our planet, unquote. After traversing the Western thoughts on the above subject of technology and its nexus to human liberation, he observes, I quote, "did not take root outside the Western world until Europeans brought it elsewhere. It makes no sense to see Asia's future in terms of Europe's past. Asia will find its own way into the future, taking from the West what is useful." Meghnad Desai's dictum, with an inverted commas, my friend Meghnad Desai's dictum says, "The reformed Bengali was westernized in his living room, but otherwise Hindu in his bedroom and kitchen can be applied to all Asian civilizations. They took from Western technology what the depleting Western stock," unquote. Is India ready to offer a civilizational response? And what should law and governance but something beyond governance institutions and their societal obligations? Democracy and ethical regulations. Will technology overtake or reduce the responsibility and the authority of nation states and democracy? These are questions beyond technology. I thought I will share these few thoughts with you. And this is not, as I said, to say that we become pessimists about what technology can offer to us, but that very soon our laws will not be able to understand what they can do. So our governance institutions may still find it difficult to grapple with them. Therefore, I think it's important for us at a national level that we begin to address this question. At an institutional level, we begin to explore these matters. At a student level, we begin to pay more attention as future managers of a society to be engaged in these very important concerns. I am thankful to Capital Foundation Society for calling me here today and NALSAR University for giving the opportunity and your attention today. Thank you so much.
May I invite Mr. Jaydeep Gupta to come on the stage? We are felicitating Mr. Jaydeep Gupta, Senior Advocate, Supreme Court, for having instituted an award in memory of his father, Solicitor General of India, Mr. Dipankar Gupta. Sir, please. Give it to Justice Patnaik, Chief Justice. Very good. May I request the Honorable Vice Chancellor to announce and introduce the Honorable Chief Justice.
It's a pleasure to introduce Honorable Justice Alok Arade, Chief Justice of Telangana High Court and Chancellor NALSAR Law University. Justice Alok Arade enrolled as advocate on July 12, 1988, started practice in Madhya Pradesh High Court at Jabalpur, designated as a senior advocate in April 2007. Justice Arade was a visiting faculty in Judicial Officers Training and Research Institute to address judicial officers on various issues. Practiced on civil and constitutional, arbitration and company matters in the High Court of Madhya Pradesh at Jabalpur. Appointed as additional judge of the High Court of Madhya Pradesh on 29 December 2009 and as permanent judge on 15 February 2011. Transferred to High Court of Jammu and Kashmir on 15 September 2016 and was also appointed as acting Chief Justice of High Court of Jammu and Kashmir on 11th May 2018 and functioned up to 10th August 2018. Justice Arade was transferred to Karnataka High Court on 17th November 2018, functioned as chairman of Bangalore Arbitration Center and Mediation Center, was the president of the Karnataka State Judicial Academy, assumed charge of acting Chief Justice of Karnataka High Court on 3rd July 2022, and functioned till 14th October 2022. And Justice Arade was elevated as the Chief Justice of Telangana High Court and sworn in on 23rd July 2023. And today, in recognition of the outstanding and distinctive contribution to judicial administration, Justice Alok Arade is being conferred Capital Foundation Justice J.S. Verma National Award by Justice A.K. Patnaik in the distinguished presence of the Attorney General Dr. Venkat Ramani and the Honorable Minister today.
May I request Justice Indira Banerjee to come on the stage, please? I would request the Vice Chancellor to introduce Justice Banerjee.
Justice Indira Banerjee went to Loreto House, Calcutta, Justice Indira Banerjee went to Loreto House, Calcutta after graduating with honors in history from Presidency College, Calcutta. Obtained LLB from Calcutta University, joined the legal profession as junior of the renowned constitutional lawyer Samaraditya Pal, and practiced in the Calcutta High Court, and also appeared in the Supreme Court, other high courts and tribunals. On 5th February 2002, at 44 years of age, Madam was elevated as a permanent High Court judge. Till date, she is the youngest woman to have been appointed as judge of Calcutta High Court. Justice Indira Banerjee was in the Committee for Authority for almost a year till her transfer to Delhi High Court in August 2016. She was the Executive Chairperson of the Delhi State Legal Services Authority. On 5th April 2017, Justice Indira Banerjee was appointed as Chief Justice of Madras High Court. She started the Commercial Division and Commercial Appellate Division of the Madras High Court on 7th August 2018, appointed as a Judge of the Supreme Court of India, and Justice Banerjee retired on 24th September 2022 after over 20 years of service as Judge of Constitutional Courts. Justice Indira Banerjee has presided over constitutional benches in Supreme Court and decidization, judicial independence, fundamental and human rights and liberties, especially of women, children, and the differently able. After retirement, Justice Indira Banerjee is mainly engaged in arbitration, academic pursuit, and Justice Banerjee has been appointed as a distinguished visiting professor of NUJS Calcutta. She has been invited by numerous institutions to deliver talks on legal issues. Today, in recognition of Justice Indira Banerjee's outstanding contribution to legal jurisprudence, Justice Indira Banerjee is being conferred Capital Foundation of Attorney General and Justice Alok Ara, the Honorable Chief Justice of Telangana. Yes.
May I invite Justice Ajay Laba? Please. Sir, we are ready to introduce.
Justice Ajay Lamba, former Chief Justice Lamba, was a judge of the High Court for the states of Punjab and Haryana. Justice Ajay Lamba graduated with honors in English from Government College and completed LLB course from Punjab University, Chandigarh. His core areas of practice included criminal and civil laws, and also conducted cases in the field of constitutional law, labor law, company law, service law, and local laws. Key appointments include as legal advisor to the Haryana Financial Corporation, Council for Union Public Service Commission. He was elevated as a judge of the High Court for the states of Punjab and Haryana. He was appointed as Chief Justice of the Guwahati High Court with effect from 7th of October 2019. He retired on 20th of September 2020. Presently, he is serving as a chairperson for the Commission of Inquiry, Manipur Violence 2023, which is constituted by central government on June 4th, 2023, to inquire into the incidents of violence in the state of Manipur. Today, in recognition of his outstanding and distinctive contribution to legal jurisprudence, Justice Ajay Lamba is being conferred Capital Foundation Justice P.N. Bhagwati National Award. Thank you.
Solicitor General, Senior Advocate of the Supreme Court, has a brilliant academic record. In Delhi, he first topped in the school, Sardar Patel School. Then he joined the most prestigious college, St. Stephen's. Economics honors, where again it was Mr. Tripathi who won, not only got the first position, but several gold medals with his contemporaries. He then he went to Harvard to do LLM. There also the Chief Justice of India was his classmate, and there also Mr. Tripathi got 2000. He was appointed senior advocate. From 2008 onwards, he had 2 terms consecutive as the Additional Solicitor General. He had joined the chamber of Mr. K.K. Venugopal, the former Attorney General. Mr. Tripathi's specialization has been that if you name an important constitutional case of India, he has been a participant. Whether it was on constitutional law, whether it was on 2G spectrum, whether it was on coal, whether it was Commonwealth, whether it was Mandal Commission and Indira Sani's case, or even on a federal constitutional lawyer, and Mr. Parag Tripathi was participating in those. He has been an expert on international arbitration, commercial arbitration. He's been doing cases all around in all the high courts. Not only that, his academic interest never stopped. He's not only participated into several national and international conferences where he presented learned, list is endless. Not only stops at that, he has been a very 4 years articles on constitution and other things. Today he is with us, and he said his passion for teaching has never ended. He is an adjunct professor at the Global Jindal University, and I am sure, looking at his merit and looking at his scholarship, the NALSAR would always benefit if they invite him for the lectures. Today, in recognition of his outstanding contribution to constitutional law, international commercial arbitration, he is being conferred K.K. Venugopal National Award by the Honorable President Justice A.K. Patnaik in the distinguished presence of the Attorney General, Mr. Parag Tripathi. Heartiest congratulations, sir. We have another brilliant lawyer of the Supreme Court, Mr. S.S. Naganan. Mr. S.S. Naganan, son of an eminent Advocate General of Karnataka, Pavan.
Sri S.S. Naganan hails from a well-known lawyer family. He is the second son of late Sri S.G. Sundaramaswamy, an eminent senior advocate and former Advocate General of Karnataka. He took BCom degree from St. Joseph's College of Commerce, Bangalore, and further passed LLB with 3 gold medals from Renukacharya College, Bangalore. And in the same year, also qualified as a chartered accountant with a national merit to his credit. He also obtained a diploma in French language and civilization from Alliance Francaise, Bangalore. He started as a chartered accountant in 1981 and later the same year as an advocate. He was designated senior advocate by the High Court of Karnataka in 2003. He appears regularly in Supreme Court of India, international arbitrations, and in Karnataka and all other high courts in India and many tribunals across the country. Mr. Naganan founded a law firm known as Just Law at Bengaluru. Further, he is also currently Vice President of the Bar Association of India and Law Asia, a federation of bar association in Asia and the Pacific. He was President of Karnataka section of International Commissions. To his credit, he has many distinguished positions. Widely traveled and a linguist, Also, he is also a member of the board of management of Sri Satya Sai Institute of Higher Education. He is standing contribution to law and spiritual scholarship. Mr. S.S. Naganand is being conferred. Capital Foundation, Attorney General K. Parasan, National.
May I request the Professor Reddy, the Registrar of the NALSAR, to introduce Mr. Dilip Reddy.
Mr. Dilip Reddy is a seasoned journalist with over 35 years of experience in the media industry. After completing his BSc and LLB, he enrolled as advocate with the Bar Council of Andhra Pradesh in '88. However, he chose to pursue journalism as his career. So he completed Nadu, where he held various key positions, including head of different bureaus, such as Hyderabad City Bureau, Crime Bureau, General Administration Media Group, where he served as managing editor for Sakshi TV and executive editor for Sakshi Daily. He also contributed as the principal of Sakshi School of Journalism. Dilip Reddy's commitment to journalism extended to academics. He served on various university committees and helped shape journalism syllabus in various universities. His expertise led him to the role of State Information Commissioner. From 2005 to 10, he held that position. He promoted transparency and accountability while he served in that position. In addition, regards Grace and has been associated with Council for Green Revolution, CGR, focusing on environmental protection and sustainable development. Dilip Reddy's contribution to journalism and society are vast, with numerous articles published on diverse topics. He continues to influence and educate through his writings and speeches, addressing issues from governance to environmental sustainability. His work recognition of his outstanding contribution to journalism and right to information, Mr. Dilip Reddy is being conferred Capital Foundation and Narottam Reddy National Award by Sri N. Uttam Kumar Reddy, Honorable Minister for Irrigation, CAD, Food and Civil Supplies, Government of Telangana, in the distinguished presence of Justice Alok Arade, Honorable Chief Justice of Telangana High Court, and Dr. R. Venkatramani, Attorney General of India.
May I invite Professor Purushottam Reddy to Mr. Krishna Rao is here? Krishna Rao is here? Any of his family members can come, Krishna Rao's? Dr. Kishan Rao. Not all of them, sir.
Yeah, but it's okay. Just take it easy. Please come. It's my privilege to speak about Dr. Kishan Rao. In fact, right from Dilip Reddy, the next three, Dr. Kishan Rao, Dr. Tulsi Rao, and Dr. Narasimha Reddy. All four of them are activists of a very high order. Personally, I have known Dr. Kishan Rao as a crusader for public health. He started his nursing home in Patancheru, and after that, and when the pharma industry started polluting the air and the water and the land,
And that was the time when, the institutions which were responsible to protect the air and the water and the land, they simply turned a deaf. It is not a case study in isolation. It has to be understood in its right perspective. It raises the very important question of what is development. Most people think industrialization per se is development. Patancheru proves it wrong, because in that particular case, there was no scientific method followed. There was no zoning of industries, no siting criteria were ignored, questions were not asked. And I'm not here to belittle the pharma industry, but it's very important to understand that those days, the chimney stack of an industry was viewed and equated as development. Poga gottam undi dantakelli poga bayitiki vaste chalu. That was viewed as development. And anyway, friends, Dr. Kishan Rao today, he is not well. He could not come. He is about 87 or 88, a very elderly person. But he stood for the people, he stood for the suffering people, and he went to the court. He invited M.C. Mehta in orders, 40 important orders from the Supreme Court. The matter then went to NGT. And still people of Patancheru have not got justice. Definitely they won the battle, but justice somewhere down the pipeline, it gets clogged and people have not benefited. Friends, this is not the occasion to go into details, but on this very important occasion, I have the privilege to speak about Dr. Kishan Rao, and on his behalf, his brother and sister, both of them have come, and I request Shilpa. Thank you. Sorry. Thank you, Anna, for coming. Dr. Tulsi Rao Garu, please come over. Please come. Dr. Tulsi Rao, whenever we take his name, we are reminded of Nallamala, a forest officer of a very high reputation. He was there in Nallamala for 18 years. The credit goes to Dr. Kishan Rao, Dr. Tulsi Rao, because he was the one who trained the locals, the local Adivasi people. He recruited them and he enabled them. They became the protectors and defenders of the tiger, And Dr. Tulsi Rao not only developed an environmental exhibition dedicated to environment, and it was so wonderful. I had the opportunity of visiting, and not only me, Dr. Jairam Ramesh, then Minister for Environment, he visited Nallamala, that particular exhibition. It is just next to it. I'm a child of Nallamala, but Dr. Tulsi Rao has dedicated his life for the protection of biodiversity. So whenever we discuss biodiversity, his name is there. In fact, he has been consulted. He's on a committee appointed by the Supreme Court, and he has been helping the Supreme Court also on issues pertaining to the forest and biodiversity. So it's my great pleasure right now to see the honoring of Dr. Tulsi, Attorney General of India. Now it is my privilege to invite Professor Narasimha Reddy, India's best known public policy expert. Narsanna, you don't know? I'm sure everybody knows him. His name is Donti Narasimha Reddy, professor. His PhD has been on nuclear energy, and he got the highest score in the entire country. He was then in Central University doing his PhD. Friends, as a student in political science, I had the opportunity of studying public policy. Thomas R. Dye book, Understanding Public Policy, has been the textbook. But my friend, Professor Narasimha Reddy, translated that particular book in action. Every day he has been questioning on standing for the people, for the farmers, for the citizens, for the villagers, for rural democracy, for Panchayat Raj, for industrial pollution. In fact, his entire life is dedicated, and it's an open book, trying to understand the different, very many public policies of central government, state government, municipal government. So hats off to his work, and today we have invited him for honoring, because it's not just the person, but it is a very good reminder for the youngsters. Youngsters, please, all the students of NALSAR and all the young faculty here, I request all of you to stand for the planet Earth. There's hardly any time. You have to read the books by Yuval Noah Harari, Ralph Nader. We are planning to invite Ralph Nader very soon. And we have with us Sri Padma Reddy Garu, brother of our Central Minister, former Central Minister Jayapal Reddy, which is International Day for Democracy. So we hope to revive and strengthen democracy in this country. All credit goes to Padma Reddy Garu. Now I request Narasimha Reddy Garu to receive the award from our Minister, Honorable Minister, and also Justice Patnaik Garu, Chief Justice.
We are very privileged that at a very short notice we have the Honorable Chief Guest, Mr. Uttam Krishna Reddy here. I would request him, Dr. Reddy, to speak for a few minutes and give his ideas. I hope you all know that he is an eloquent speaker, a member of parliament, a man who knows the pulse of the people. I'm very
Justice Patnaik, former Supreme Court Judge and President of the Capital Foundation Society. Honorable Chief Justice, Justice Alok Arade, Chief Justice of Telangana. Honorable Mr. R. Venkatramani, the Attorney General of India. Okay. Yeah, okay, good.
Professor. Professor, please come. Professor Prasad. I'm extremely sorry I had missed out that element. I know.
Sivarama Prasad did his PhD in 1998 from Nagarjuna University. He did MCA from Madura University in 2005 and he did MBA from Nagarjuna University in 2010. He was Dean in the Faculty of Commerce and Business Administration. Professor Prasad has written hundreds of research papers in national and international journals. He also has completed research projects from institutions of global repute. He has guided several research students and has participated in many national and international conferences in India and abroad. His books on corporate governance and strategic management have fetched him popularity as an academic Bahubali in the university campus. Professor Shivarama Prasad has been recipient of several awards like National Integration Award, IMRF Award. Raised in rural agrarian culture, Dr. Prasad is a perfect embodiment of modern metropolitan values, embodied through wide travel across the globe. At the same time, he retains ancestral rural ethos and Gandhian ethics of social justice and Sarvodaya. Today, in recognition of his outstanding service to rural sector of Guntur, Professor R. Shivarama Prasad is being conferred Capital Foundation National Award. Congratulations.
May I invite the chief guest now?
Honorable Justice Patnaik, Honorable Chief Justice Alok Arade, Chief Justice of Telangana, Honorable Dr. R. Venkatramani, Attorney General of India, the Vice Chancellor of the University, Professor Sri Krishna Deva Rao, Professor Purushottam Reddy, Dr. Vinod Sethi, distinguished present and former judges, other legal luminaries, staff and students of NALSAR University. It indeed is a pleasure and a privilege, and I treat it as a good fortune for me to be able to attend this function. Actually, I'm a last-minute stand-in for the Honorable Chief Minister, who was tied up with an extremely important function, and so he requested me to represent the state government in this function. It is also a pleasure to be in this campus, NALSAR University, and I have been in politics in Telangana for a long time and seen this institution right from the beginning, from the time the campus took shape. And today, to visit this very prestigious campus and this developing into a top law college in this country, it's really heartwarming for us in Telangana. NALSAR is producing some of the best legal minds in the country, and I wish the staff and students our best wishes, and I assure the Vice Chancellor and the Registrar that any further support from Telangana government required, we are there. When you started, you had no reservation for local students. Now you have 20% reservation for local students, and probably will come to you for more admissions for local students in this university. A few things in Telangana, representing the government, we have the highest regard and respect for the judiciary. We came in to form the government about 6-7 months back. A month into our government, we consider our good fortune that hope, and we are confident under the directions of the Chief Justice, a world-class, a global standard High Court complex will come up in Rajendra Nagar. Our government is fully with the judiciary on this. Not just the High Court, sir. I wish to assure the Honorable Chief Justice that whatever the judiciary requires in terms of infrastructure and support from the Telangana government, we are with you. We in Telangana government would treat the judiciary with the highest respect. We will welcome whatever suggestions and whatever judgments and you pass in the state government. There have been certain, as a vote for democracy in Telangana, definitely we will work towards strengthening all the democratic institutions in Telangana for a long time. And our government is favorably considering it. The Chief Minister, the representation I have received, we will represent to the Chief Minister, and I'm hopeful that we will come up with a Human Rights Commission in Telangana very soon. I really thank the Capital Foundation Society for organizing this function in Hyderabad. I think it's a very appropriate and very good forum for a debate and discussion, and for us to hear Honorable the Attorney General of India, R. Venkatramani, here in Hyderabad. We deem it a privilege, sir. We welcome you to Hyderabad, and we hope you have a very good stay. I assure NALSAR University once again of all support from the government of Telangana. Thank you very much for inviting us. Good luck. God bless.
As a member of NALSAR faculty, I extend my gratitude to the Honorable Minister and the government for extending the support to NALSAR University of Law. I am now happy to announce that NALSAR University of Law is launching a basic course on Indian Constitution in Telugu. It's a book written by Shri N. It's a basic course on Indian Constitution. Very sorry for sort of getting confused a bit. I request our Professor N. Vasanti, to give a brief overview of the book and the course on Indian Constitution.
With a view to taking the Indian Constitution to the ordinary person, we have designed a short course on the Indian Constitution and constitutional discourses in Telugu. Taking off from the learned speaker of the day today, we're also harnessing technology to see if we can reach more people by offering it in an audiovisual format and in an online format. Our belief is that the Constitution is not just a legal or a political document, but it is also a social document which is intended to bring about a social action on the Constituent Assembly members, a brief introduction to rights, duties, and directives, as well as some aspects of federalism. Launch this program formally today. భారత రాజ్యాంగం మీద నల్సర్ యూనివర్సిటీ ఆఫ్ లా ఒక బేసిక్ కోర్స్ యూనివర్సిటీ స్టూడెంట్స్కే కాకుండా అందరికీ అందుబాటులో ఉండేటట్టు సింపుల్ లాంగ్వేజ్లో మరీ టెక్నికల్ టర్మ్స్ వాడకుండా మీ ముందుకు తీసుకొస్తున్నాం. నల్సర్ యూనివర్సిటీ మొదటిసారిగా తెలుగులో చేసే కోర్స్ ఇది. మనకి హిందీలో, ఇంగ్లీష్లో రాజ్యాంగం మీద చాలా సమాచారం ఉంది. అయితే తెలుగులో దీని మీద ఎక్కువ చర్చ లేదని, ఆ లోటుని తీర్చడానికి మీ ముందుకు ఈ కోర్స్ తీసుకొస్తున్నాం.
72 సంవత్సరాల భారత రాజ్యాంగ రూపకల్పన తర్వాత ఇంకా మనకి ప్రజల్లో, విద్యార్థుల్లో, అశేష జన సమూహంలో కూడా భారత రాజ్యాంగం పట్ల చాలా ఆకాంక్షలు, భారత రాజ్యాంగం తెలుసుకోవాలన్న తపన మనకు ఈ మధ్యకాలంలో చాలా కనిపిస్తుంది.
దీంట్లో రాజ్యాంగంలో ఉండే ముఖ్యమైన విషయాలన్నీ మేము మీ ముందుకు తీసుకొస్తాం. రాజ్యాంగం ఎలా పనిచేస్తుంది, దానికి సంబంధించిన సిద్ధాంతపరమైన అంశాలతో పాటు ఆచరణాత్మక విషయాల మీద అవగాహన పెంచుతాయి.
NALSAR University is also happy to announce the launch of a book by Justice Leela Seth. The title of the book is We the Children of India, the Preamble of our Constitution. and it is translated into Telugu, and it's the Telugu version which we are launching, translated by Srimati Sridevi Muralidhar and published by Amesco Books Private Limited Hyderabad. And I again request Professor Vasanti to give a brief overview of the book.
In just 85 words, the framers of the Constitution managed to write a text that continues to inspire successive generations. And with a view to take it to the generations for the coming generations, this is a book that has been written for the children, and continuing in our endeavor to reach a larger section of the audience, this has been translated into Telugu by Srimati Sridevi Garu. So I request Honorable Justice Alok Aradhe, Chief Justice, High Court for Telangana and Chancellor, NALSAR University of Law, to release the book.
May I request the Chairman of the Capital Foundation to present a memento to the learned speaker, Mr. R. Venkat Ramani. May I request Mrs. Ramani also to come on the stage, please? Mrs. Ramani. Now I'll request the Chairman to present a Capital Foundation memento to the Chief Guest, Dr. Uttam, please. No, that. Yeah. May I request Mr. Ramlal Agarwal to present a rare painting to the chief guest. Quick. Mr. Ramlal Agarwal, please come forward. Another to, give it to him. He'll give. पहले chief guest. No. Another painting to the minister. Mr. Ramlal, another. We don't have time. Mr. Ramlal, give the other one. This is for the minister. Give one to the Attorney General for India, who's come all the way at our request. This is for Attorney General. One person who's not been given awards, who's not been given mementos, but has always been at our back and call is the Honorable Justice A.K. Patnaik. When Mr. Ramlal said he has another one, I said he deserves the most. One for Justice A.K. Patnaik. Quick, quick. We have amongst us Mr. Padma Reddy, the one who instituted an award for democracy amongst us. I would request somebody to felicitate him with a shawl, bouquet and other things. Mr. Padma Reddy came all the way at my request. And
May I now request Honorable Vice Chancellor to present a memento as a token of gratitude to the Honorable Minister, Shri Uttam Kumar Reddy ji. May I request Honorable Vice Chancellor to now present memento to Justice Shri A.K. Patnaik. May I now request Honorable Vice Chancellor to present the memento to Dr. Vinod Sethi. And may I request Honorable Vice Chancellor to propose a vote of thanks. Sir.
We are grateful to Capital Foundation, New Delhi, for giving us this opportunity of jointly organizing the annual lecture and awards function today. I think it was possible due to Professor Purushottam Reddy Garu and Vinod Sethi. It's because of these efforts, these events happened today in NALSAR. We are grateful to Dr. R. Venkatramani, Attorney General of India, for gracing us with his inspiring lecture on technology, law, and humanity. We are fortunate to have the opportunity to hear him. We are also grateful to Madam Vijay Lakshmi for accompanying Attorney General to our campus. We have a pleasure. I have the pleasure of knowing Dr. Venkatramani personally over 3 decades. I remember in 1991, he introduced me to Justice V.R. Krishnaiah in a conference in Chennai with others. And therefore, the invitation to Venkatramani Garu has been pending for a long time, and this is a great opportunity for all our students and faculty to meet and interact with him. I sincerely thank President of a Capital Foundation, Honorable Sri Justice A.K. Patnaik, former Judge of Supreme Court of India, for his presence and support. We have a common bondage from the Orissa days. I'm also thankful to Dr. Vinod Sethi, Secretary General of Capital Foundation Society in New Delhi, for organizing this event in NALSAR. We are always grateful to Honorable Justice Alok Arade, Chief Justice of High Court of Telangana and Chancellor of NALSAR, for taking time out of his busy schedule to be present here and release Justice Leela Seth's book, We the Children of India, the preamble of our Constitution in Telugu, written by Srimati Sridevi Murlidhar, jointly published by NALSAR and a very well-known Telugu publishing company in Hyderabad, MSCO Books Private Limited. We are, on this occasion, we also celebrated another significant milestone, the launch of basic course in Indian Constitution in Telugu by Honorable Minister Sri Uttam Kumar Reddy. Sir, we are grateful to you. We look forward. We all have to work together and making that, as you rightly said, NALSAR should become world topmost destination for the law students, and we really look forward to you. I'll just close with a few observations, and we are grateful to Justice P.V. Reddy, Justice Vinod, Justice Vijay Sen Reddy, Justice Surapalli Nanda, Justice Moshmi Bhattacharjee, other sitting judges, Advocate General, Additional Solicitor General of Telangana, Registrar General, and all the staff and other. I'll just, again, we are thankful to Uttam Kumar Reddy Garu, Minister for Irrigation, CAD and Food Supplies, for attending this in spite of his pressing engagement. Lastly, I know we have just will close, I extend my heartful thanks to all my colleagues, students, and members of the legal fraternity in Hyderabad for joining us for this important occasion. Your presence and support makes events like this possible. Thank you.
May I invite all the award winners for a group photograph? Please, all come quickly.
So I request everybody to now please stand up for the national anthem.
ఫోటో దిగుదాము అందరికి రండి ప్లీజ్.